Well, on your point about correlation between lockdowns and deaths, I've got to be very careful what claims I make. I have read many papers on this subject. Just this morning, I was looking at the data of comparing Sweden to the UK on deaths, and also comparing those various US states. And I have to say, it is beyond my ability to spot any correlation between lockdowns and deaths. It looks like the virus is studiously indifferent to lockdown measures, but equally, I have to recognise that a software engineer glancing casually at some correlations on the screen is not a scientific study. So if I were a minister, I'd be commissioning some really serious research now to check whether the most restrictive so-called non-pharmaceutical interventions actually did more good than harm. And that's why I've been calling for a new Public Health Act, because never again should we be in a position where ministers can impose these kinds of measures at the stroke of a pen with retrospective approval from Parliament without actually proving, as far as you can, that they do more good than harm.
It is fascinating when people argue on this point, whether it's politicians or many of the leading academics who criticise this, and you'll know as well as I do how many academics and scientists and medical professionals at a very high level absolutely deplore the lockdown policy, but if they speak out publicly, they're worried their careers will be damaged and the abuse they'll get, as we've seen what happened to the Great Barrington Declaration medics and scientists. There are a lot more people who are opposed to this in the profession than say, but also journalists like me, that we're constantly told, well, show us the proof that lockdowns don't work. It's like, well, I mean, I can show you the proof, but you keep ignoring it, I always answer. But anyway, it is not for us to show the proof that lockdowns don't work. Surely, if you're introducing a policy that steals away the freedoms of 67 million people, the onus should be on those taking the freedoms away.
Absolutely right. Yes.